I've been trying to encourage most of the young girls to start bands too, so someone will encourage them, just so.
Oh, well, maybe Elizabeth wants it. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi, are you interested in starting a band?
Hi, Chris.
Elizabeth from Toronto?
Yeah, it's Elizabeth Curtis.
Oh, I know Elizabeth anyway.
Hi,
Hey,
Elizabeth
she
Curtis.
did start a band. I told her to start a band.
Hey, yeah,
well, not because I did, but.
I'm in a band now.
Yeah, what's
I
the name
know.
of the band?
It's called A Tuesday Weld. Like,
Tuesday Weld, there you go. Fine British
You're supposed
actress.
to send me a tape.
Well, we're just finishing recording a 4-track, like, tomorrow night, so...
Cool.
No kidding. Okay, now what's the connection here? Let me in. Let me in on this.
No, she's just she's a friend of ours who's come to a lot of our shows, and we met her and like hung out and talked with her and stuff. And I don't know, just a cool fan, a nice person. Like we get to meet a lot of good people and nice people along the way at different shows. And she's one from Toronto.
So
and now
Elizabeth,
she's started a band.
how long have you been a fan of these guys?
Well, let's see. I first went to see them in late June, here in Toronto, and ever since then I've just been, like, really into them.
So you've had like a whole 6-month relationship with these guys now.
Well, basically, yeah.
Yeah, and so when did you start your band?
I joined it about 2 months ago. We've got a couple of concerts already, so...
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. And it's called A Tuesday Weld?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does any one of you look like Tuesday Weld, or...
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So you just picked it because you like Tuesday Weld.
Well, we thought the name just sounded really interesting, like Tuesday with Weld, and I've never actually seen any of their movies, but...
Oh, she was... See, like I did.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you she was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's a cool actress.
Yeah, she was...
I'll have to rent them.
Yeah, she was really, really wonderful. She was better than Debbie Reynolds, because they were about the same era, as I recall. Anyway, so you got this...
Elizabeth, do you have a question, or are you just saying hi?
Well, I'm saying hi, but I do have a question.
Okay.
Oh, I'm wondering when Nevermind the Mollusk is going to come out and how I can get it.
Hey, good question. Researched. Well researched. You should have your own show. But everyone's getting their own show now, so you'll be sort of bandwagoning on it. But what was I going to say?
Would you guys like to have this show? It can be all yours.
Cool. What she's talking to, it's a 2 7-inch singles vinyl called Nevermind the Mollusks, which the reference is to Nevermind the Bollocks, in case you have a low vocabulary for punk rock. But and let's see, and we're recording it in a couple days.
A couple days, yeah. And when's it going to be coming out? It's us, Jail, an all-girl band from Halifax, Eric's Trip from Moncton, who just got signed to Sub Pop, and
Idea of North, or Idée du Nord, French band
from New Brunswick.
All I know is that they have a saxophone and that, what was that guy's name?
Jack?
Jack should phone them up and be in their band.
Oh, right. Oh, Jack,
so
right.
we're all 4 of us are making a little thing called Nevermind the Mollusks, and it's going to come out on Sub Pop, and here I go again with my base level of vocabulary. And Sub Pop is a prestigious indie label in America.
Hi, Nils. I don't know if he gets it.
No,
anyway.
I did actually follow that. I know exactly what you're talking about, which leads
all
me...
right.
Hey, cool.
Which leads me to ask about the Halifax and sort of Nova Scotia music scene, which seems to be so hot right now.
I guess it's just popular as a result of a lot of attention being drawn there. Not saying we're doing everything. I mean, that's obnoxious, but I mean, we've attracted some attention there because of American interest in us and Eric's Trip, who just got signed to Sub Pop, and there's the band Jail, who are going to be on the Sub Pop single, which is coming out in March, I think, or April.
They've had contracts off.
Now, and Eric's Trip, they are from Moncton? They are actually from Moncton?
Eric's Trip, yeah, they are. They're from Moncton, that's right. And but there's a pretty close-knit music scene. There's sort of different little scenes within the scene, but there's always been a lot of good bands around here, independent bands.
Let me ask you guys, though, this is sort of a serious question, because when we opened this, we said, you know, when you think about the Atlantic coast and you think of music, you do think of Rita McNeil and all of that Celtic stuff. Do you hate that stuff? I mean, does that just make you claustrophobic every time you think of Anne Murray or the Rankin family or that kind of stuff that comes out of...
It's really obviously different than us. There are other bands that make me more nervous about having comparisons, because it's almost like your parents might think, oh, you guys sound like, and then some band that you hate, but they're sort of doing some kind of thing where your parents can't understand the difference, whereas Rita McNeil, Anne Murray, the Rankins, they're all, I don't know, well, Rita and the Rankins, they're cool. I don't know. They're doing. We're not confused with them.
So in other words, are you saying they're just so different that?
Yeah, they're not threatening,
Yeah.
or you know, they're from here. Great. The Rankins are having a wicked year, and Rita had a couple of great years, I guess. I don't know them. I met the Rankins. Hi, Cookie.
What did they think? What did they think of you? Might be more to the point.
I don't know. There's a thing down here called the East Coast Music Awards, which is has been sort of a very Celtic, maritime feel thing. And now we're in with like 7 nominations or something, and I think that's great. But I don't know if we're perverting the awards. But I think that we're offering something positive. People are looking down here, and they're looking at us, and if we're involved with this thing that's kind of Celtic, I don't feel so bad thinking I'm perverting it. Maybe we're turning a couple of eyes towards it that wouldn't normally see it. So
it's nice to be able to promote bands that aren't, that sort of what's the word? Not like a typical, maritime type of band. I mean, like I said, there's been lots of independent bands for a long time down here, and it's nice that attention is being drawn to that as opposed to always sort of the maritime Celtic sort of feel of traditional music. So,
cool.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's nice that other types of music are being recognized too.
We've got a whole bunch of people that still want to talk to you. This is John from
Bye, Elizabeth. Sorry.
Yeah, Elizabeth's gone, yeah. This is John from Calgary. Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Sloan.
Hey, John.
Howdy. I'm in a band in Calgary, and
What band?
we're called Red Autumn Fall. We've played at the
Never heard.
Republic and stuff where you guys played when you were here. And I had a
Cool.
question about your first independent release. How much did it cost to put together? And what part did Cargo Records have to play with what you're doing now?
It didn't cost a lot to record. We recorded the sessions for that first EP called Peppermint and Smeared sort of at the same time we were doing everything. And
But we did 10 originally, 10 songs, and that
That's right.
cost us about $1,200. But that's because we did it with a guy named Terry Pulliam at Sound Market Studio, and he cut us a lot of breaks. So it might cost you more if you were doing it with some guy who doesn't care about you personally or something. But
the studio is basically, I don't know, about $25 or $30 an hour. So if you can go in and do it fast, the cheaper, I mean, the less time you spend on working out songs in a studio or overdubbing or something like that, the cheaper it is. So if you're well prepared, go in, do it fast. CDs and cassettes, I don't know, what's it for 1,000 cassettes? It's
I think for 1,000 CDs and 500 cassettes, I think it's upwards of $6,000.
Yeah, somewhere
like
around
that.
there. Usually about, say, per unit for cassettes, it usually costs about $1 to make. And say for CDs, it's about, depends on how many you make. The more you make, the cheaper each unit is, but I mean, it's usually about
So
$2 or
you got,
$3
so
a
you got to
CD.
have, it sounds to me like you got to have between $7,000 and $10,000 to record and to then get the product out in some kind of form.
Yeah,
Well, I guess so.
And he was asking about Cargo. Cargo basically distributed it to record stores, like mostly independent record stores, but they deal with, bigger chains like Sam's and all that. So they helped us, we sell it to them, and then they send it out.
Now,
and sell
is
it to
Cargo
record
the
stores.
distributor that? Yeah, they deal with a lot of independents. So
Sure, yeah.
but
Which is
but
great.
do
7
they
inches and-
do they decide whether they want to handle you, or will they just sort of put out anything?
No, they won't put out anything.
They'll put
I
out
mean,
anything. Just send them.
Yeah, just send them stuff. They'll send it out. Don't worry. Tell them we said you could.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sure they have restrictions. I don't know. Heard of a couple things that weren't out of. No, never mind.
But if you don't have like $1,000, then borrow somebody's 4-track or rent a 4-track, make a recording in your basement, and dub off a bunch of cassettes and sell it at local record stores. That's the way like we started in bands and stuff, just making tapes in our basement and selling them at local independent record stores.
Or you can make a 7-inch singles, 7-inch vinyl, which are kind of trendy and cute and everything. And I know if you don't know about all the 7-inch single resurgence sort of thing, you might think it's like ridiculously passé, or nobody does vinyl. We've got that in the local paper. No, they're kids who are into the kind of music that we like are into 7-inch singles, and they're fairly cheap, but usually I think you can't go anywhere in Canada.
No, you
vinyl
probably
is
have to
like-
make them in the States. I don't know if there's any pressing plants in Canada that do vinyl.
You can write to us if you have our CD or something and ask us that stuff, and I'll send you what I know.
Sure.
Well, that's nice. That's nice of you guys. Now
Oh.
this is a dual call coming in. This is two young women. Okay, they're calling together. I don't know if they're on extensions or what. I guess they
Randy.
are. No, this is Jen and Care, and they're in Regina. Are you both there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both here. Hi.
Hi.
Wanted to.
Hi.
You guys are
He likes you.
great, and
He likes you.
Hi, what's your question?
Okay. We think you guys are really great, and we wanted to know when you first decided you wanted to be in a band, or was it like a spur of the moment, or?
Well, Chris and I have been in bands for a long time.
But like how long? When were you in your first band? What grade?
I don't know. I was in my first band. I got into it pretty late, grade like 11 and 12. You know, grade 11 and 12. And then Chris and I started a band second year in college. So we're pretty late.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
but not to say that if you're already in grade 12, not to start a band.
Yeah.
We were in bands in '85, and we played together for the first time in '87.
Okay, here's me asking another serious question. And don't go away,
But where are those?
Jen and Care. Here's my serious question. Are you guys really interested in music? Like, are you really interested in music and, expanding your musical horizons, or whatever fancy phrase you would use? Or is it more that you want to be in a band, like you're really, you just like the scene and you like the style? Which is it?
Do you want, I don't know. For me, it's both. My life is music. Sorry. Since I was 12 years old, I've worked in used record stores. It's the only place I've worked. Like, I've worked in used record stores and independent record stores and Sam's even and stuff like that. But I mean, I worked for 6 months building fences, and it drove me crazy. So I don't know. I'm totally in love with music. That's like,
For me, it all comes down to dollars. No, I'm just kidding, but
all right, me too. I know, that's right. I couldn't hold it in anyways.
when I was in grade 3, I made a thing of what do you want to be when you grow up, and I drew a picture of me. It was essentially Kiss without
Gene
makeup.
Simmons? Oh, okay.
And the band I was in was called Blaze. And if there's anybody out there in a band called Blaze, sorry.
Did you guys study music? Do you like know how to read music? Were you in school bands or anything like that?
It turns out Jay and I had the same guitar teacher one time, like in grade 10 or 11 or something.
Phil Black. I don't know if he's watching. Hi.
Hey, Phil. And he said I sounded like Eric Clapton, which was a joke because I didn't know how to do anything. I took guitar lessons in grade 3, and all he let me do was ta-ta, tee-tee-ta, and I wanted to look like Ace Frehley, and I wanted to get out of there, so I quit.
I wanted smoke coming out of the guitar.
I got kicked out of percussion lessons in grade 9 because I wouldn't play the xylophone. But I don't know, I've always wanted to play in bands, and what was the other thing about expanding my musical horizon?
Yeah, I mean, are you interested in music? I mean, are you interested in experimenting and trying new stuff?
Yeah.
I
We want to be
really
like Can. Does anybody know Can out there?
German experimental, late 60s, early 70s, Holgerjuke. But Jay and I, at least, are totally into odd types of music, but I'm specifically really opinionated, too. Like, I love it so much that I hate something so much, and I end up sounding like a maniac, whereas when I'm talking about cars or something, like, what kind of car do you like? I don't know, I don't care, as long as it drives. But some people, once they're in the car, they're like, what do you want to hear on the radio? I don't care, just tune on the tunes. Because I hate the radio because there's so much crap. It's like all garbage on the radio.
We only have 1 minute left. So.
Okay, bye those girls, or...
We also wanted to know when you're coming to Regina. If you're at
Regina. We had the worst show in Regina.
Sorry.
It sucked so bad.
What was it called?
Well, who was bad, though? Was it you that was bad or the audience that was bad?
Well, the audience was non-existent. Let's put it that way.
There was one kid in a Dinosaur Jr. t-shirt, and he came up and talked to us after, but the rest of it was totally like, let me out of here.
Totally.
Well, that was before you were big, though, right?
We prefer playing at all ages venues because it's usually when you have some kind of apathetic bar, it's like really boring, and it's like a couple of old guys playing the slot machines, and I don't know, people who don't care about what you're doing, they just want to drink, and who cares about them? I'd rather
video gambling. Do you have video gambling out there?
Guys, I can't
Smash all your video games.
I haven't even got time to answer that question because we've run out of time. Listen,
You were kidding.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, but thank you for sticking around as long as you did. It was really great. Really appreciate it.
You've been an excellent sport. Thank you.
Well, you're a very funny guy. Good luck.
Bye. Thanks, Miss Petrie. Bye.
Bye, Miss Petrie. Oh, no. That's it for Petrie and Bride for tonight.